showcase of creative excellence, innovation and execution. The Yahoo Big Idea Chair Awards returned this year with a bang, recognizing the growing importance of advertising in emerging digital mediums and providing keen, insightful perspectives. This event showcased the very best of the digital advertising industry. The event began with a riveting discussion, Science, Art and Scale, piloted by CNBC TV18's executive producer Suresh Venkat, and featured the icons of advertising and brand marketing. Illuminating the panel were Samir Satpathy, Marico's Consumer Products Marketing Head, Prahlad Kakad, veteran ad man, Mindshare Southeast Asia leader Gautamendra Gautaman, Graham Kelly, Executive and Creative Director Ogilvy One India, Sanjay Tripathi, Vice President Marketing at HDFC Standard Life, and Yahoo India Senior Marketing Director Nitin Mathur.
Welcome to this panel discussion on Science, Art and Scale on behalf of CNBC TV18 and Yahoo. Prahlad, I started my media career with Channel V many years ago, and I remember meetings when a bunch of, at that time I was a little younger, a bunch of 30-somethings, 40-somethings and a few 50-somethings all sat around a room and said, let's create this really cool channel because we want 19-year-old boys and girls to watch this channel. Let's program for them. There was not one person in the room who was 19 years old who understood the mind of the 19, and yet here we all were, middle-aged men, quarter-aged men and women, trying to program really cool content for 19-year-olds.
But you must
Is digital advertising caught in the same trap today?
No, I think that particular panel that you had, which set up Channel V, were all juvenile delinquents.
So they were 19 at heart.
And they were not just 19 at heart, they were 19 because they were illegal. And they thought completely not from the establishment point of view. They were actually trying to sabotage the establishment. And I remember the beginnings of Channel V were the most exciting because they created characters like Murugan and things, which were like crazy. They broke every single rule in the book. And to reinvent the channel was going off.
Nitin, how do you keep things young at Yahoo? How do you make sure that your growing base of 19 to 25-year-olds who are growing at some alarming rate, how do you keep your company young?
You know, I think our bigger challenge is to ensure that young people are coming onto Yahoo. Young people are anyways coming onto the internet.
So how do you think like young people?
Well,
I'm not saying you're not young, you're very young,
yeah.
but how do you think younger than you are?
It's a combination of content and programming and how you talk to passions of people and what they're really looking for on the internet. So whether it is about the right kind of cricket content, whether it is about Bollywood content, whether it is about news they care about, just programming with that mindset, that's what the editorial team kind of focuses on. And with some of our communication suite of products that really address some of the social needs of the consumers. And it's a combination of content and communication which keeps us alive and young.
Media buyers are accused of thinking inside the box, that you apply principles that you use in TV and print and apply those to online. Ideas like web measurement, ideas like TRPs, which many of us in the media and advertising claim are inaccurate measures. Right? How do you ensure that you're ahead of this curve and that you're not using yesterday's ideas for tomorrow's challenge?
To some extent, yes, the measurement is required to be in a medium like this. And I think whatever little web rating points you're getting into right now is essential for the medium to grow because there is some measurement required. But to come to the earlier point, I think this medium need not be only for the youngsters. I think there are certain industries and sectors where it's meant for matured individuals as well, like banking and finance and other industries. So this medium is much beyond the youth, as we say. Maybe it can be used to attract the particular target group. So if you have to look beyond traditional media measurement metrics like reach, frequency and GRPs or whatever you want to call those intermediary variables, this medium goes beyond those intermediary variables as well. Okay. So that's where I think we need a lot of ground to catch up right now.
So what is the mental model that you use when you're planning for digital?
It is more from the area of response, from the end consumer more than anything else, whether it's through cost per click or cost per response. There's more to it than what it is right now, but the truth is that we are nowhere near actually measuring the medium fully well.
So Graham, Facebook, the third largest country in the world, 500 million users and growing. It's soon going to be the largest country in the world. Is global advertising keeping up with Facebook and the other internet revolutions that we see around us?
Well, Facebook, it's evolving all the time. I mean, sometimes people are, very scared of it. Sometimes they embrace it. I think for me, just, I'm not really a number sort of person, but if you look at some of the numbers, the last quarter, they served up some like 300 billion ad impressions. That's 300 billion. Now, what does that say? It says it's not just a viable medium, you know, it's here. And I think there's a lot we could do with it. I think we've only just started to tap what we could do with it. Personally, I think people are maybe clutching at Facebook straws the same way they're clutching at a lot of others. I don't think it's the answer to everything, but I think it should be certainly part of your mix.
Right, it's been said in advertising, the client is always right, and the client is the client is right next to me. Right, gentlemen, no offense intended. Clients are notoriously known for putting the money where the action is. Is the action in digital?
Yeah, definitely, like particularly for financial sector brands like ours, like it is, I think the response mechanism came because of the financial sector brands. They wanted response in, and this is the best way to get response as a much more cheaper cost. That's why it started. But having said that, like we have tried that for a couple of years, then we realized this is a very good medium to do the 360-degree campaign. So if I take online in my own media mix and try to amplify my campaign, then tell my creative agents to think a big idea, not a TV idea, and trying to take it to other mediums, then it works out much more better. So we have done a couple of campaigns, we got huge amount of response, and overall it works better for our response campaigns also.
Samir, Marico keeps getting voted as the best place to work. You keep winning survey after survey. You had an ad campaign that was based on the fact that you're the best place to work. So clearly, young people and old people, everybody seems to love working at Marico. It's an easy thing to measure, right? But we talked about display and performance advertising on the internet. Not so easy to measure. How do you ensure that you're getting the bang for your media buck, especially on the display and brand and emotional side when you advertise online?
See, I think a lot's been said today about the medium. See, in the end, there's a consumer. The consumer must want to engage with you. The consumer must want to interact with your brand. And it's not very complicated. So if you have content, and if you can draw the consumer in, there is engagement, and it works for you. Digital in India, and I'll split it into, I looked at the internet medium. As far as we are concerned, has worked a lot in the engagement forum in terms of getting and interacting intensely with a few number of consumers. Has it worked as a mass medium? No, it's not worked as a mass medium for us. The potential which I see and which we are betting on, which personally I'll bet on, is the phone.
By phone you mean any mobile internet device?
Phone, and it will not be just accessing the internet, but even simple things like voice SMS, because it helps you cut through, it helps you reach, it helps you target in a beautiful manner. So we are doing a bit of it. Are we doing enough? I think not enough. But I think it's an interesting space. Consumers have changed, so we have to change with consumers.
Science, Art and Scale at the Yahoo Big Idea Chair returns after the break. Stay tuned to CNBC TV 18. The definitive awards that recognize creative excellence and innovation in the digital media space, the Yahoo Big Idea Chair Awards, return this year with a captivating discussion, Science, Art and Scale. The panel focused on the challenges within the emerging digital marketing space and the extremely tricky problem of spam.
So Nitin, tough question for you, right? You're very excited, the kind of revenues you're making, the kind of clients you get, the kind of advertising you do, the kind of communities you build. But the truth of the matter is, many of us in the social networking world, in the internet world, want to live a spam-free life. How do you ensure that your message gets across while guarding everybody's right to privacy and spam-freeness?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, and it's assuming a lot of significance in the world of global advertising. So first thing which I would say is advertising on internet is also content. Like advertising is content on television or radio or anywhere else. And the trick really is to deploy the right tools and mechanisms to make sure that the right message is given to the right person at the right time, right? I think if the way the internet advertising is moving, it's moving more towards behavior and mapping of behavior. So when, for example, somebody like Sanjay looks at advertising a life insurance product, we would typically look at people who have read content around it, who are searching for policies, or who have clicked on a similar ad, and then gazillion such behaviors, right? What you do is that you aggregate such behaviors and then demonstrate this is how you can target people, which is really a big part of where the science of internet advertising comes in. As long as you are mapping the behaviors correctly, I think you're doing a good job.
Graham, the debate a few years ago was are clients thinking beyond the 30-second spot on television? Is their life beyond the 30-second spot? Is it time to start asking our clients thinking beyond the banner ad and the pop-up window? Has that time arrived already?
Well, it's much easier to say this digital stuff isn't that important. Can we do more traditional, rather than say, yeah, we don't know that much about it. I'm really interested. I'm a newbie, but I'm willing to try. And I think that's one of the big issues we face.
Right, Gautam, and I know you don't want to badmouth your clients, but are clients thinking beyond the banner ad, beyond the pop-up window, beyond that Facebook page, and beyond that Twitter feed?
Not really. The answer is very simple. If we're going to look at this medium as I'll take some money out of television and put it here, it's not going to work. Today in digital, you can still have a digital strategy which includes display, search, mobile, social, gaming, and applications. So this is going beyond standard media strategy. This is becoming much more marketing integrated than just being advertising.
Right, I'm going to take 2 words out of what you said and go to the other end. Nitin, he just said the word digital strategy. Do you find yourself doing a lot of advocacy with clients, with agencies, saying, what does the word digital strategy mean? That it's more than a Twitter feed and a Facebook page and a pop-up ad?
All the time.
Okay.
However, I would say that conversation has changed from just selling digital to, show me the possibilities. And the reason is very simple. The reason is because clients themselves, people, as consumers, are themselves spending a lot of time on internet. So the medium doesn't need to be sold. Gone are the days when you're just talking about medium and that part.
Doesn't need to be in spite of all the constraints of bandwidth and penetration and all those issues. The medium doesn't need to be sold.
Well, I think this medium is growing at about 20%, and all the factors around it and all the projections we are looking at, we are continuing to see high double-digit growth happen. We are already at almost like a 60 million number, and it's bound to grow. So that's not so much of a problem. It happens a problem when people start looking at it as a mass reach medium, as somebody mentioned, right? If you're trying to drive consumption of a particular product through this, I think that's where the challenge is.
Right, last discussion point in today's discussion, we're going to talk about the world of MIDs or mobile internet devices. Graham, do you think enough clients have what's called a 4-screen strategy? I watch it on TV, I watch it on my mobile phone, I watch it on my computer, and soon I'm going to be watching it on my iPad and other digital platforms.
I think it's still the latter. It's still starting from one idea and extending it. But again, that kind of is a function of how relatively new digital is. I mean, if you think about internet marketing, or the internet itself, it's maybe like 17, 18 years old. It's not old enough to watch its own porn. So it's hardly surprising that we're still in the early stages. So I think what I'm really hopeful of is that mobile, because I think everyone's quite excited about the potential, and especially in a market here. I think we've only just started to tap what's possible. And to reference an earlier point, someone talked about spam. For me, that's the really worrying thing that could cripple mobile. Don't just send out, blindly mass market messages, because this could be a fantastic medium. But at the same time, I think that's the biggest danger.
Don't kill the medium.
Yes.
Prahlad, are we going to soon see the days when you have a mobile filmmaker who makes films just for my mobile, somebody who makes it just for my iPad? And what kind of creative challenges will that impose on your profession of filmmaking, of creating advertising?
They're already doing that. I mean, there are lots of producers today who are actually making little films of 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 2 minutes long, somehow on cooking programs, where as a housewife, you just need to click on and say, okay, how do you make bangan ka bharta? And you get a recipe streaming onto your mobile phone, and you're doing it. So it's actually interfaced, and it's been sponsored by cooking oil, or it's been sponsored by a cooking vessel, which they're actually using in the commercial. Now, this is what I'm saying, it's embedded. There has to be a utility angle. People want to watch a message. I want advertising to create for itself a platform which makes it useful.
Nitin, last word to you. If this were the year 2021, right, what would I be using my mobile phone first thing in the morning for? How would I be consuming media?
The broader theme here is of connected devices. And I think whether it's mobile or tablet or PCs of different forms and sizes, we are definitely going to see a strong proliferation of content. which is relevant for that form factor.
Okay.
So for people who are trying to push the content which is not relevant for that form factor, they're going to struggle. Believe me, we've learned it the hard way. We build applications and experiences for all things in all different platforms which are coming on the connected devices.
Multiple sizes, multiple touchscreen
Whether it's-
devices,
yeah,
keyboard devices, all of it.
Absolutely. And it's extremely challenging to build it at scale and make changes over a period of time to make it relevant for people to experience it the way it should, the experience should
So need
come
to
out on
teach
an
the
iPhone
elephant
or
how to
Android
dance all the
device.
time.
So yeah, I mean, connected devices are here to stay, and we're going to see huge amount of proliferation of content, communication, video coming up on connected.
Right, gentlemen, thank you all very much for your thoughts, and audience, thank you very much for listening.
The Yahoo Big Idea Chair Awards returns after a short break. Stay tuned. Five big awards, 2 categories, 20 winners. Recognizing both the creative and media agency, the Yahoo Big Idea Chair Awards is the most awaited for event in the digital marketing space. Nitin Mathur, Yahoo India's Senior Marketing Director, set the tone for the anticipation-filled part of the evening.
Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome all of you to the Yahoo Big Idea Chair Award ceremony. And just, a lot of people keep asking us, what's the core of why we do this initiative? It used to be part of a bigger industry advertising awards. Now we've taken it out and we've made it Yahoo-owned event. And I think some of the thoughts which you heard on the panel kind of echo with our sentiments as well. This is we think that this is a fundamental step in evangelizing digital advertising and recognizing creative excellence in digital advertising, whether it relates to media planning or creativity. And that's really the basis of the platform. Today, we are going to have a very interesting evening, which is a good mix of some fun, some celebrations. We've seen tremendous amount of response from the advertising fraternity on all the award entries. We've got more than 180 award entries. We were overwhelmed ourselves. We had a fantastic jury of people, a good mix of senior marketers from the industry, people from the agency who actually came together to help us not just kind of design because we were trying to do it for the first time, but also contribute tremendously on judging each and every award entry. So I'm thankful for all the jury members. And once again, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you this evening. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for coming.
Vishal Maheshwari, Yahoo's Mobile and Business Development Head of APAC, felicitated the jury, which listed some of the stalwarts of Indian marketing space. Kunal Jaswani, Ogilvy One's country head. Max Hegerman, President of DDB India. Anil Nair, Managing Director at Digital Law and Kenneth. The first award of the evening recognized excellence in the mobile advertising space, Best Mobile Solution. The silver went to Mindshare for both conceptualizing and developing the campaign for Quaker Oats, mission to make India heart healthy. The gold in the Best Mobile Solution went to the creative agency Tribal DDB India and Mindshare for their Idea Mobile campaign, Grow a Virtual Tree, Use Mobile, Save Paper. Sonal Dabral, Creative Head Asia and Managing Partner at Bates 141, gave away the awards for the Best Rich Media Ad category. Walking away with the silver was Web Chutney and Madison for their campaign, Airtel Song Catcher. Winning the gold both as creative and media agency in the Best Rich Media Ad category was Interface Business Solutions for Docomo Diet SMS. Nelson Contillo, General Manager of Jet Airways, gave away the Best Engagement Awards. The humor, the innovation and the execution of Virgin Mobile's Indian Panga League earned Bates 141 and Mindshare the silver in the Best Engagement Idea category. gold was swept away by Creativeland Asia for their innovation for Hippo. Consumers become inventory trackers. Giving away the Best Brand Solution Award was Yahoo's India Strategy Head, Gulshan Verma. Tata Tea Jagore earned Red Chutney and Madison the silver in this category. And sweeping away the gold as a creative and media agency was Creativeland Asia for Hippo. Consumers become inventory trackers. And finally, the award of the awards, the Yahoo Big Idea Chair Award 2010 was awarded to a campaign that left everyone in splits, the Indian Funga League. Taking home the honor and the chair was creative agency Bates 141 and the media agency Mindshare.